Let me see. I'm gonna try to get everything on my screen on what I saw this morning. And this has come up like almost every day. You know, NQ, ES, RTY. I mean, all the charts are kind of the same, really. And let me get this to float. Loading control. Okay, so here you go. All right, so what I saw this morning, right? So I'm just gonna put it one chart at a time so you guys can see it. Okay, here's RTY right here. So how you know as far as, retracement is that this is the low to high, right? And we actually kind of down here. So if we pull, that's the overnight lag in there, and then this continuation. So you need to measure like the low to high from here to here. That's how I do it. Or we fill the gap up to here or here. That's like also looking for support resistance, the low here. That's the low on here. So that's 43. So you kind of like wanted to either do Fibonacci retracement low to high from there. So like that. Okay. So this is your high. So imagine that we do retrace to 100 to 768, sometimes to the 618 level. Okay, so whenever we have a pull down, you wanted to fill in the gap. So which means like we close here, that is filling the gap here. All right. So that means that if we reach this high, that means we go lower. I don't know. I'm not so sure. But what I do know is that they do retrace to the mean where we're filling the gap. So I anticipating this to go to the 43 area and the 46 area right here, at least at S1 there. And then, possibly wherever this high, the overnight high, but we didn't get there yet. So I don't know if that's going to come up. But as far as my concern is that we still on the wedge here. We already broke this S2 level. This is very important because this W pattern, right? So that's what I look for in trading. So this is in 15 minutes. So what time is that? 8 o'clock when they started the news. So they started going a little bit higher. And this is your 32 HMA. Very important to kind of know, are they done? Well, you can never know for sure. It's just probability as always on the factor of either it's going to go down or up, whatever. So I would take a trade in here and try to enter it right there at the 20 something level and right here. And I'm trying to target like around this high. I said 36 earlier, right? And then to the 42 area, which is the S1 level, and then trail. So that's how you trade. You kind of wanted to get into the habit on looking at the pivots in your 100% retracement. This is like a halfway almost on the 618 level. They're returning to 100% from a day before or 786. It depends. Sometimes they will trace this high also, but really my concern is only the close of a day before, and that is filling the gap, and we did fill the gap to here. So that's how you do that as far as trading that down pattern and retrace halfway and filling the gap. So let's go look at ES. So what I mean when we're doing, I said, trailing. So when you start going down this pattern that, okay, so this stairs start going higher, and You know, Ninja Trader have a trend lines that can tell you if it's broken or not broken. Okay, so this here up to here. So at a time, so this is the low of that. Okay, did violated a little bit. So you kind of like want to see, okay, am I supposed to be getting out? Um, you know, if this one like here, it went back to this low here at the 31 level, I would have waited and enter at the S1 level and then enter back in from here. And then, you know, wait until we hit this high at the 42 area in S2 and then trail. I probably would have got out right here like a 945. It's not even pretty. Like, look at this chart. I mean, it's not like continuously in RTY. So that's kind of like, you know, one of those, am I going to continue doing the trade or not? So let's go look at the 2 minutes if it will give us any clue, because sometimes 1 minute, if it's not bullish, it's not bullish, it's not there. So the 2 minutes is actually much better there, because you can definitely see the green on Linda Rotchke's candle trend. So this here is a continuation. So let me take this off. Take it off, cancel. Here, this is a continuation of 8. So you need that. So we're just here. Cut off is right there at 43 areas. So you definitely wanted to make sure that you do not go below there at the 43. Then you wanted to like exit that. Okay, that's how you use the trend line. Then you can see that here it cuts off, and then you got your 32 HMA, violated the VWAP, it didn't went back to be not pause there. So now it's continued to kind of like, you know, don't know what it wants to do. So that's RTY. Let's look at ES. I wanted to explain this to you because this is really important, and just in case that I'm not, you know, not trading that particular day, especially on a down day like this. So this is a 2 minutes time frame. So you go low to high. Oh, come on. This is not working. Alrighty. So here. Let's just use it just like that. So here's that. So the close here, all right, the close here at 16, this is the low, or let's say the high is at the 87, okay, but we really close at the high of the 90. So, and I said for the gap filled, cancel, extension this. So here I'm looking at this morning, like, okay, we are, hold on, supposed to do, here you go. So I'm looking at this early in the morning, you know, watching this 8 o'clock, 8:30. So are they ready to go? When we got the news earlier, this looks like it's gonna go. So I kind of waited a little bit more. I didn't get into like the 63 range right on this candle, right around there. I mean, it's even also better to get like a 64, and that's fine too. But you know, here I got in there and I kind of just trailed and waited, and you know, from 63 to 80 to 90 level. I did get out at this range at the 80, as I said I was going to get out. But also, you know, one of the numbers when I pressed the general thing, I said at 85 to 90, that is feasible, because I feel like, you know, if we push, then we push. That's fine. So I mean, we still like, you know, having this range of green candles. This this here are all Linda Rajki's candle. It's a trend candle. That means, like, you know, there's no shorting there, right? You get a pull back here, maybe the pockets of the VWAP went back there, then you go back long. That's just how you do that. So as far as here is the 786 level, is it 90, 94 now? Now it's not a 98 level. It could go back to the 618 range, and which is at 46 right here at the pivot. You can go down up there as well. So filling the gap, it always happen most of the time. So I anticipate that every time when I trade, like, okay, we got down so far. Now, the question is this W on a 15 minutes time frame, and you can really see this thing because it's going to show you. So on these here, let me get a change. I need to change the wave. We do this in 2 minutes, or maybe even 1.5. You can always change this so you can see this W form really is forming. So you can see that that's the W that I was talking about. And I was saying earlier on that, you know, you're getting your, I think it was like at 9 o'clock earlier, right? When I said on a 5 minute, 15 minute, this is a bullish engulfing. And that means something on a W pattern like that, or in a double bottom, however you want to look at it as far as, you know, trading wise on the indices. So that's how you do filling the gap kind of thing. All right. And you just trail, you know, we reach the overnight high, and then you just trail from there. Anyway, this is the same thing also in NQ. That was great trade earlier. This was insane because, you know, earlier, I catch this 750 and I kind of got out a little like around 8 something, 820 or whatever. But you know, that's good enough for me because I'm really targeting this here, 811, 846 level. You know, this level here, 874, 913. You're just gonna keep going on your Fibonacci level from low to high. This is here, all right? This is how you measure from here to here. That's how you get these numbers. And when you see this W pattern here and you have your bullish engulfing, you know, forming, get in a trade and start targeting the levels. So that's just how it's done. This is also the same thing in YM, right? You're not gonna treat them any different, but NQ is really like a powerhouse in the indices. When it starts going and ramping, then you kind of want to follow it. If you're gonna trade ES, especially for ES, really, it does take, and NQ does take ES with it. So I do try to, you know, measure that as my lead indicator. I think it's 90% of the time that it works as far as my trading habits when I'm doing NQ. So this is the same thing on the YM when I said, you know, bullish engulfing, VWAP, you know, target the overnight high, target the gap fill. That's just how you do that as far as trading yesterday's close or yesterday's low. Anyway, you guys have a good one. Let's see.